Good morning, students of class 12th. We were discussing our second chapter of your book Indian Economic Development, and in that we have discussed about the short period goals, long period goals, and also the objectives of the 5-year plans. Now we are going to discuss about the Indian policy before 1991, right? About the Indian economic policy before the year 1991. We are going to discuss about the Indian economic policy before 1991, right? So the first point is heavy reliance on public sector, right? Before 1991, the Indian government was the only body performing the functions, right? Means all the functions of the economic development were to be mainly done by the government sector, and that was the reason that why we were heavily dependent on the public sector for the development of the country, right? Next is regulated development of private sector, right? दूसरा क्या था हमारा regulated development of प्राइवेट सेक्टर कि जो हमारा प्राइवेट सेक्टर है उसका रेगुलेटेड डेवलपमेंट भी करते थे, राइट? अब एक जरा बात समझते हैं। जो हमारा रिलायंस ऑन पब्लिक सेक्टर है उसके अंदर क्या है कि 1991 से पहले हम लोग की पॉलिसी ऐसी थी कि हम लोग पब्लिक सेक्टर के ऊपर ज़्यादा डिपेंडेंट थे। अब इसको लागू करने के लिए, इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए क्या करा गया कि 1991 के अंदर 1991 से पहले, सॉरी 1956 के अंदर, 1991 नहीं 1956 के अंदर एक लॉ लाया गया जिसका नाम था इंडस्ट्रियल पॉलिसी रिजोल्यूशन 1956, राइट? इट वाज द इंडस्ट्रियल पॉलिसी रिजोल्यूशन 1956, राइट? अब इसके अंदर क्या करा गया कि 17 इंडस्ट्री को रिजर्व कर दिया गया फॉर द पब्लिक सेक्टर एंड 12 इंडस्ट्रीज वर लेफ्ट फॉर द प्राइवेट सेक्टर, राइट? क्या करा गया? 17 इंडस्ट्रीज वर रिजर्व्ड फॉर पब्लिक sector and 12 were reserved for the private sector, right? सबसे पहला पॉइंट तो यही हो गया। नेक्स्ट, regulated development of the private sector. The regulated development of private sector was done through the Regulations Act of 1948, right? एक रेगुलेशन एक्ट बनाया गया था 1948 में। क्या बनाया गया? रेगुलेशन एक्ट, and according to the regulation act the policies were made, right, under which a private industry cannot be found without license। और एक और जो है बनाया गया एक्ट जिसका नाम है MRTP एक्ट, MRTP मार्जिनल एंड रिस्ट्रिक्टिव ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस एक्ट 1969, राइट? इसमें क्या करा गया कि जो है सीवियर रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगाई गई ऑन द एक्सपेंशन ऑफ द प्राइवेट सेक्टर, राइट? इसके अंदर क्या करा गया? इसके अंदर बताया गया कि आपको कैसे जो है कोई भी कंपनी अगर बननी चाहती है, तो कोई भी अगर इंडस्ट्री सेटअप करना चाहता है तो सबसे पहले उसको एक रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना पड़ेगा, एंड विद रजिस्ट्रेशन ही विल हैव टू गेट हिमसेल्फ अ लाइसेंस ऑल्सो, रजिस्ट्रेशन एंड ऑल्सो अ लाइसेंस, राइट? एंड इन दी MRTP एट 1969 जो है एक्सपेंशन से रोक लगाई गई। मीन्स द होल burden of the economic development was left to the private, to the public sector, not to the private sector, right? Next is प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज एंड रेगुलेशन ऑफ लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज, राइट। थर्ड पॉइंट क्या था? दैट इट वाज एम्ड एट प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ small scale and regulation of large scale industries, राइट। कि हमारी जो स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज हैं एंड जो हमारी लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज हैं उसके बीच में कैसा एक रिलेशनशिप बनाया गया था, दैट द लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज were seen as big giants and they were maintained in such a way that they don't conquer of the business of the small scale industries, right? So small scale industries were given a protection, small scale industries were given a protection and the large scale industries were regulated, right? Large scale industries को regulate करा गया and for the small scale industries they were given a protection, right? And it was also done through the Marginal and Restrictive Trade Practices Act 1969. After that, development of industries of special significance. Some industries of special significance were made. Okay, some industries of special significance were made, and the main objective of these industries was to give important strategic significance to the Indian economy, like the electricity, engineering goods, iron and steel, right? So these were the main aim for the development of the industry. Okay, and now moving on to the next point, that is protection from foreign competition, right? Fifth point is protection from foreign competition. अब इसमें क्या है? The Indian industries were protected from foreign competition. The Indian industries were protected from foreign competition by the government, right? The government used to think that the Indian industries, the Indian businessmen will not be able to compete with the foreign companies, like there are big MNCs like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, so they will not be able to compete if they will come in India, and their business will be taken over, the market will be taken over by these MNCs only. And this was the purpose that these MNCs were not allowed in the country, right? So the Indian business houses were protected by the government from foreign competition. The sixth point is focus on saving and investment. The government of India focused on savings and investment, right? Focus on saving and investment, that the government of India's main focus was that, see students, in this point focus on saving and investment, the policy of the government of India was that it used to promote सेविंग्स, राइट? वो लोगों को प्रमोट करती थी कि आप सेविंग्स करिए, इसकी वजह से अच्छी अच्छी पोस्ट ऑफिस के अंदर स्कीम्स लाती थी, बैंक्स के अंदर स्कीम्स लाती थी, ताकि लोग जो है ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सेविंग्स करें और फिर बाद में उस सेविंग्स को इन्वेस्टमेंट में कन्वर्ट कर सके हमारी फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, राइट? नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज रिस्ट्रिक्शन फ्रॉम फॉरेन कैपिटल। ये वाली बात हमने फॉरेन कंपटीशन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आप जोड़ के देख सकते हैं कि हमारे देश के अंदर फॉरेन कंपटीशन से रोकने के लिए एक जो है रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगा रखी थी on foreign capital, राइट कि जो फॉरेन कैपिटल है उसके ऊपर रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगा रखी थी कि अगर फॉरेन कैपिटल देश के अंदर आती है तो उसके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्ट्रिक्टेड procedures थे. If a company wants to work in India, then they need foreign capital, and that for the investment of foreign capital in India, there were a lot of rules and regulations made so that the foreign capital cannot come into India easily, right? If they are coming, then they should come through a very strict route. तो वो हमारे जो है restriction लगा रखा था. Next was the focus on subsidy. The government was focusing on subsidy so that they can help the general public. And the ninth point is centralized planning. As we were having a centrally planned economy at that point, so there was centralized planning in the country, that all the planning was done at the center by the central government, and the plans were to be implemented all over the country, right? So there was centralized planning in the country. Okay, so I hope students you must have got the Indian economic policy before 1991. In the next video, we will be discussing about the achievements and the failures of planning. Okay, so students, we will meet in the next video. Till then, stay at your homes and stay safe. Thank you.